What's up, man?
Welcome back to another episode of Wanna Bet Podcast.
Do you hear yourself?
I cannot.
Me neither. That's why my kids were playing with it. We'll keep that in there.
Fucking button pushers.
Yeah, man. Mic stands all jacked up. They're not allowed back in here. That's just it's forbidden.
It should be.
It's forbidden.
This is the area of work.
What's going on?
Oh, not a whole bunch. Just enjoying a good Friday. What's going on with you?
Same here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good seeing you.
You too, buddy.
Yeah. So we've heard from a few of you out there, subscribers and other folk, and they wanted us to bring up a topic. And it's a little embarrassing. It's okay though, because we're going to talk about it and we're going to hash it out, work through it. But I think you've heard the same thing, and you have noticed it in a few episodes. But you are an interrupter, a chronic interrupter,
Habitual line stepper.
habitual line stepper.
Yeah,
that is what you are.
Yeah, I apologize. I just get, kind of nervous sometimes when. We'll start by saying this. In the beginning, I think I could tell you've never been on camera, you've never talked on a microphone, So as from an audio engineer standpoint, recording and stuff, I just know that dead air is not good, right? Not talking about anything. So I was filling a void.
I feel like in life, I'm going to do a lot of interrupting to try and make up for your interrupting. But I feel like in life, you hate just empty space. You hate quiet.
It's 100% true.
Yeah. And me, with my background and everything, I prefer quiet. I could be in a car ride with someone for hours. And if we didn't speak, it wouldn't be strange to me. But for you, that would drive you insane.
Yeah, it would bug me.
Yeah, endlessly.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So on here, when we have a slight bit of empty space, you feel like it needs to be filled rather than allowing it to marinate or just allowing there an opportunity to be empty space. So you just fill the air.
Right.
Yeah. Which I understand because that's your strong suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I do enjoy quiet though. Just not in this kind of setting. When I do a long drive, sometimes I don't have the radio on. I just listen to the car and the tires, It's peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I apologize, man.
it's all right. We'll hold it against you.
Yeah, just tell me to shut the fuck up. Let me finish.
It's not my way though. It's not my way though.
Let me finish. I know, but
I'd rather hear other people speak
every
than myself,
podcast
so.
I've talked over your stories.
Yeah, some great stories.
Yeah.
But that's well.
So here's your episode to turn it around and really show the people what you're all about.
I don't have a topic off the top of my head. This was just
that's the topic. Habitual line stepping.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Just all the times.
If you want to go through them. Yeah.
All right, so the first week on the job. I wrote it down in a journal. I've been waiting a very long time to talk about this.
Good.
No. It isn't something. I've seen it, but I've known you for 5 years, so it's no longer I don't think it's ever been that situation. I think even when me and you worked together, you were always the one who spoke to everybody and then didn't have a problem with anything, and then I was just right by your side, and I'd throw in a few jokes, or mostly it would be only when me and you were working together, and we'd just be hanging out and doing our thing. So through the 5 years of us knowing each other, I understand how you are. For other people who don't know you, he likes to talk
a lot. Yeah.
And he's like me, that a lot of times he doesn't process it, but unlike me, he doesn't have something that stops him.
I have no filter.
And he doesn't have any issue. It just flows out.
Yeah. I'm constantly in trouble with my loved ones for why did you say that?
Yeah.
Because it's funny.
Because it's quick and you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
And then it goes.
Yeah.
Which I respect.
Uh-huh.
So for me, it's not as huge as a problem.
Yeah.
As
my goal in life is to make people spit up as they're drinking.
Mm.
Like I've made my wife do it numerous times. One time was back to back, which I will never live down again. It's never going to happen again.
Back to back.
Back to back. We were one night. I told a joke and as she took a drink and she literally like spit all over me and the kids.
Do you remember the joke? Are you allowed to
I
say the
can't
joke?
remember the joke because it was one of those one quick
Yeah, it
liners
was
that I
quick,
always
yeah.
throw out.
Yeah.
So the next night we go out and we see some people that she knows. So we sit at their table
Mhm.
and I'm telling them this joke that I told Colleen at the same time she took a drink again and she spits on them.
You got over the same joke twice.
Same joke twice.
And you don't remember the joke.
And nobody laughed because Colleen spit on everybody.
Oh.
She was
Makes it
so
even better.
embarrassed. She's probably gonna be embarrassed that I'm telling it, but it was worth it.
It's worth all the
And
wetness.
so that happened again this week with a coworker as they were drinking a cup of coffee.
You made them spit out?
Almost.
Oh, you were right on the cusp.
Right there. Yeah. If I would have waited a half a second more because it was right as they had it to their
Yes.
lips. And it was like just started to drink it and then they took it down. So it was like
That a
the
little
cough,
bit,
the
yeah.
cough laugh, but it wasn't like the full on. I almost got him, and it would have been great.
Hmm.
So one day, I hope to make that happen to you. You know what I mean?
Hasn't happened yet.
I know,
Yeah.
I know.
I hope so too, because then you make me laugh.
Yeah,
But
I make you laugh all the time.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
don't start.
It happened. Don't start. Don't start this.
Don't start.
Hmm.
You think you're funnier than me?
No. I didn't say that.
Okay.
I think our humor, a lot of the
Does it
things.
matter
What?
if you think you're funnier than me?
No, because I don't think that. I think our styles aren't the same, and I think that's why we work as friends. There's a lot of things that we agree on and have seen the same things. Like we've seen like almost all the same like movies. Like
Mhm.
that's one of the first things you said to me is when we were working. You quoted something from Malibu's Most Wanted,
Uh-huh.
and then you stopped it, and I
Thanks.
continued it,
Uh-huh.
and you like turned around, and I remember because we were in a church. And we were right by a giant picture of Jesus handing out like loaves of bread and fish. It was funny as shit because you turn around, you're like, "Think you're gonna be all right?" And I was like, "All right, like this first week, I'm getting through it."
Was that where everything was purple? Like everything was purple, was like the double layer.
Yeah, it
place?
was like, but
It was
yeah,
odd.
It
That was
was
a
a-
weird. That was a cool place. It
Yeah.
was like the church itself was beautiful.
it was a beautiful church.
It was beautiful. It was-
Yeah,
but the
The paint-
colors were
yeah.
odd, and the paintings.
it was a Presbyterian church, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
what
yeah.
I am. So it
Oh.
it was okay with
Uh-huh.
like I understood how
Uh-huh.
like they.
No, I
but
know purple's royalty.
Yeah.
but it's just a lot of purple.
it was a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So no, it wasn't around Easter. It was cold then. It was the
Uh-huh.
fall.
right. Easter I understood.
Yeah,
yeah.
but
I mean, that's expensive to do that just for Easter.
yeah.
I mean, because the walls are purple, the carpet was purple. It was like being inside of a grape.
Were the walls purple?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a different color.
I thought everything was white.
The pillars were white.
I just remember.
It was weird. So they were like the seeds.
Yeah, so it's like the first week on the job. We're just
Uh-huh.
gonna talk about this because it was like one of my favorite experiences. So I had no idea what I was getting to this first week of construction.
Yeah.
I was told to be at a job site at 6 a.m.
Uh-huh.
6 o'clock rolls around, I get a text message. Hey man, running behind, had issues with the kids. I'll be there at 6:30. I was like, okay. 7 o'clock rolls around.
No,
7 o'clock rolls around.
I don't believe you.
And you show up. And it's you and the other two, Jeffries. And but me and you go into work and start working together, and you start playing heavy metal music to start off.
Mhm.
And you stopped me in the middle of the hallway, and after a song, you go, "This guy wrote this song because he was raped by his dad." Was it like a Slipknot song?
No,
or
it was
something?
corn.
Corn. Okay,
Yeah.
so you know
Uh-huh.
you know the reference
Yeah.
there. Cool. But it's like in the middle of a church. Like people are like
Well, it was a fellowship hall.
it was so strange. So we go out and
I
you're
mean,
like, oh,
But it's on random. I wasn't just. It was
Are you
just
sure?
my iPod.
oh okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well,
I mean, it was an odd song for a fellowship hall.
For a fellowship hall
But-
that you didn't change. You let like run through.
It was just us in there.
I know. It was just,
Uh-huh.
it was, and then we go out to smoke cigarettes. You're like, hey, do you smoke? I was like, yeah, I smoke. And we were like chain smoking cigarettes. And at that time, I was like, I smoked like one cigarette like per like 4 hours, and we were waiting on a delivery.
Hours.
I didn't like smoke very often. We were waiting on a delivery to come up, and we had like chain smoke back to back. So I'm like starting to get lightheaded, and then we're pulling off like heavy pipe and stuff off the truck, and I'm like all lightheaded. I was like, I should not. I was trying to hang. I shouldn't have smoked somebody's cigarettes. So I'm like,
I never do this.
Yeah, I'm like wheezing.
I don't remember any
You
of
don't
this.
remember it? Yeah, because it wasn't very important. Your time. So we get all the material moved in, and then we got to start making these holes. And you give me just a hammer drill, and I had never worked with a tool in my life before working with like you. Like,
but I made a nice circle for you.
Yeah, and you're like, make me a hole, and I was like, oh. So I had to like get up in the ceiling a hammer drill. My arms were so tired by just going through one. I was so weak.
I remember.
I was like, I'm weak now, but I was super weak.
I had to do it. Yeah, I remember.
I couldn't finish it. So that was embarrassing.
Yeah.
And and then like the third day, I had to paint, and you put me on a lift, which I had never scissor lift. I've never driven before in my life. And you're like, do you know how this works? I was like, no. So you had to show me that. And at that time, I was like afraid of heights. I've gotten a lot better. Like I still don't like super high stuff, but I've gotten better. And you just told me to go up and paint. And I just went up on the scissor lift. And as soon as you're up on that thing and that you get that rocking motion, I like put my feet on both sides, like squeeze them. I was like, perk my butt cheeks. I was so scared. I'm painting. Like this arm is shaking. I was like, oh God, don't look like a bitch. And yeah.
That was your worry?
I was just worried. I was just all around worried. I was like, man, like this
what did I get myself
this is going to be, this is what I want to like try to do as an occupation. And I have I didn't know how to work a bandsaw.
I mean, that's a given. I mean, it's not odd.
I know, but I had zero experience. So it was a good week. I mean, it was a really funny week.
Well, I'm glad I stuck out in your mind.
Yeah.
That much to be that memorable.
Well, because it was also the one time you took a Sawzall on the pipe on the dry system that you thought was wet.
No, I thought it was dead.
Oh, you thought it was dead.
They were. So we started from the outside. I cut the outsides first, and then because the middle was a lot higher. And when I got to the middle, because I would start low, and then I would take the lift all the way to the other side and do that, and then I would go up, hit the next one, and then go hit the next one because my lift was already that height, and it was like in between lights. If you don't remember, the lights dangled real far down. But yeah, so when I got to the high one, I thought about it, and when I started cutting it, it was like, that doesn't sound right. And I stopped, and I heard the air coming out. And I'm 19 feet in the air, and I'm coming down this lift, and it's literally like...
Yeah, and you look at me.
I'm like, run.
And I've been here for 3 or 4 days, and you go...
Just run down.
You go, run down and turn the valves. And I'm running downstairs. The valve room has maybe 8 valves in it. And I just start cranking valves down and tighten down everything I could to close everything off. But it worked.
Yeah.
We didn't have a mess.
How high was that lift when you got back into that room that I jumped down from?
Probably like 8 feet.
Yeah.
Like you were like halfway. You had no faith, which I wouldn't have either. But yeah, it was like 8 feet.
I did not want that room to get ruined.
Yeah, that would have been so expensive.
It would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good timing.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Good timing.
Yeah. That was
I thought I was going to break my leg. I was like, I got to jump.
I
have to jump. That's all I was thinking. It's like, don't ruin this room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you. That would have been.
There's all that music equipment in there. Do
Yeah.
not ruin this room.
All the audio and the walls and stuff. That would have been.
Oh my god.
It was all the way at the top too.
Oh my gosh. Nobody cares about this. Nobody. This, like, the topic started good, how I interrupted and I let you tell that story. And now nobody's listening.
I think it was a good story.
I mean, it's a good story. It's a good trade story.
Yeah.
But it's not like
well, we got a few tradesmen out there.
I mean, this
Probably
is mostly who listens to it.
So I think so.
Yeah.
They would have thought it's a good story.
I had a coworker today. He looked at me yesterday. He's like, vagina cancer. And just stared at me, started busting out laughing. I was like, it's true.
Yeah.
Thanks, Amanda, for the comments and clearing us up on HPV and letting us know. I think you're a little cocky in your
your answer and delivery.
Answer. I never said men couldn't be carriers.
Well,
I said it didn't affect us as much.
Just because she can spell well doesn't mean you have to be mad at her.
I'm not. She can. Her grammar's very nice.
Grammar's very
but
punctual.
I I don't appreciate it. And I am right. It is a vagina cancer.
I don't.
Uh-huh.
Is that
warts.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
But is it a form of cancer inside the warts?
No, it's like
You have
cancer.
No, you have
yeah.
no.
Cancer
You
that
just
grows
looked
on the fallopian tubes. I don't have to look it up.
No, you just looked up to try and like bring it. No,
I thought about it.
You have no idea.
I'm reaching.
You're reaching real hard.
Uh-huh.
Well.
All good.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk about? We have 5 minutes left to kill about interrupting.
No, just from now on, when it happens, I'm gonna call you out on it.
I hope you do.
I am.
I hope you do.
I'm gonna get like a button, and then it'll tell you you're interrupting.
An interrupting button?
Yeah.
What's it going to say?
I don't know. Ever heard of an interrupting cow?
No.
Move. Classic. I forgot about that.
That's your
Moo.
kind of humor.
That's what I'm gonna do. I was gonna moo you.
Just every time when I start interrupting you.
You're just gonna get mooed.
That is really funny.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's coming back.
I
to
like it.
Okay.
I like
Wonderful. That'll make me happy.
Can I do it to you too? Is
No,
that
I
a
don't.
thing?
I don't interrupt. I don't interrupt your stories.
That's true. You don't. You're very polite.
Yeah. I just prefer to hear people talk rather than you.
Rather than me?
No, like you prefer to talk. I prefer to listen. It's just how.
But
I
you
am.
don't listen though.
I do listen.
I mean, you listen.
I don't pay attention, but I
That's
listen.
it. Yeah. That's
It's the art of listening. It's not the art of paying attention.
Uh-huh.
It's the art of listening.
You could just stare at people's eyes for a long time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, wow, this guy's really into it. And
I
I'm
do the
just-
same thing, but half the time I'm not listening,
Mhm.
and then I'm like, "What the fuck are they talking about?"
And then they ask you a question.
Yeah, and you're just like, I mean, whatever you think is best. It hits a
Mhm.
lot, you
Mhm.
know, or I don't know, just pick yourself up by your bootstraps.
Well, one guy we worked with has a saying that I used to hate all the time. And then I worked with him and now I say it to everyone and it works perfect in that
Mhm.
situation. Someone says anything and you're zoned out and paying
Mhm.
attention, you go, I hear you, buddy. I hear you. And that works really well in a lot of situations.
It does work very
Yeah,
well.
I hear you, buddy.
That's one person who doesn't listen to you.
I know.
At
So it's
all.
like perfect.
Yep.
It's like that's years of
Yep.
that's what he's came to conclusion.
He can ask you the same question every day for 2 weeks and be like the first time he's hearing it.
What?
Huh? Oh yeah. I remember you. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. He catches half your stories.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
that's excellent to use in that situation. And
It
I've
is
used
really
it.
good.
I've used it so many times. I'm like, wow,
All right, buddy.
that's like hillbilly kung fu. It's
It is.
great.
It is. It's still your episode.
This is all mine.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Oh man,
you said 20 minutes wasn't hard to fill.
that's not what I said.
That's what you said.
That's not what I said. So below in the comments, if you want us to do any episodes about anything in particular, you have any ideas about, and you just want to hear us argue about, we'd be more than happy to do it.
Yep.
We
We also got a new manager.
Yeah.
We
Just
got
take it away.
We got a new.
Moo. Moo. Oh snap! Okay.
We got a
Still
new
my
manager.
episode.
We got a
Moo.
new manager.
Oh, sorry.
I was afraid you weren't going to talk about it. That's all.
No, you can talk about
Go
it.
ahead.
No. The floor is yours. It's not rude anymore.
I'm even off camera, kid.
Good. It's perfect. This is what this podcast was always supposed to be. So if you have any questions, please leave please leave it in the comments. You look like an angry Hispanic in that.
This is my good flannel from the Christmas tree.
I know.
episode.
Is that Eddie Bauer?
It is. I got it from the outlets.
Eddie Bauer has an outlet?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
Right where you used to live at?
Indian Head?
No, that's where you used to live at.
Off Indian Head. Are you talking about
Yeah.
Oxon Hill?
That's right. The Trangers. or
Oh,
whatever.
the Tringers by the MGMs?
Mhm.
I lived right there. I never went there. I'm going to be honest because of COVID.
The stores are still open.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you go. You gotta play it safe for the podcast.
You don't care about this podcast. This is your whole episode, and you wasted it.
Did I?
I mean, the beginning was really good.
I think we'll look back on this.
And be a reflection period.
No, it'll be good. I'll have
All
the
right.
moo thing at least.
Yeah. It'll be old by episode 30. Thanks for checking us out. Subscribe.